you opened for and played with Prince on his Welcome to Australia tour in 2012. What was that experience like, and what was the most important thing you got out of that?
Well, that was totally nuts. Another. It just seems I've had too much crazy stuff happen in my life. I've got crazy stuff over.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Hey, I think living in the moment's the best way to make sure that happens.
Yep,
So
I think
keep
you're
it up.
right. You're definitely right. Um, yeah, so I guess 2012, maybe in February or so, my manager had hit me up and said that he was contacted by Prince's manager and that he was interested in working together. And so, um, we got connected up in Paisley Park there. He had me fly up there and uh, met with him and the bass player and the drummer and kind of jammed a bit and played him some of my solo guitar stuff and played some ping pong, which he was a very avid fan of and really good at. Um, and he asked me, if I was busy that year, what I was going to be doing. And I was like, well,
Yeah, what's going through your head when he asks you, when
yeah,
Prince is saying to you, "Hey, do you have any time open on your schedule to come tour with me?"
right. Yeah. I was like, I didn't know.
That's got to be surreal.
Totally. I didn't know at that point. Like, are we going to record something or like tour? And, but the other crazy thing was that the only real obligation I had, I think, so far at that point was I had a tour in Asia with Dream Theater. So it was like already that insane. Like I had that coming in the
Yes.
spring. But so I said, I got this going on, but other than that, I'm open. And so he's like, all right, well, we'll get a hold of you. So I go back and next thing I hear, he's booked these like 9 shows in Australia, and there's like 3 in Sydney and 3 in Melbourne and 3 in Brisbane, like 3 nights. And so it was like, yeah, we're gonna bring you back up here and rehearse some. And so we got a medley of I think 4, 5, 6 tunes, something like that. And so they were gonna like bring me up in the middle of the stage and play this medley with the band, and then go back underneath. And just I was like, oh, this is insane.
Yeah. What do you like? The first time you go up there and they're like Prince's bass player and the drummer, like you had to be nervous as hell. Like what? But other than nervous, like
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know. Like
there was some. I mean, I didn't honestly. I didn't feel too nervous because I mean, I didn't. I mean, I just wanted to go be myself, kind of, because it was like they called me up. I can't be.
yeah, right. It wasn't like you begged them for an audition or
Yeah,
something like that. No, I didn't mean nervous like competency wise playing. I meant nervous like
just what are we doing? Like, what's
that.
gonna happen?
What the hell's going on here? Like, what am I? Like, I mean, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
You're like in Topeka one minute and then you're in Paisley Park the next. It's like,
Yeah, definitely surreal,
that
man.
is,
I mean,
yeah,
I didn't know what to think. And I guess what I would say is I just kind of felt a bit awkward most of the time though too, because I don't think I'm
yeah.
I'm not real great at improvising and jamming. I'm like okay, but so I like to kind of write tunes and like think about them and evolve them over time a bit. So
Hmm.
I did feel a bit nervous about that. Like if they're wanting to jam, do these prolonged like things like that, it's not really my strong suit. I don't think. Um, so that was something I was a little bit nervous about. But yeah, so the drummer was John Blackwell and the bass player was Eden Nielsen. So yeah, unfortunately, John passed away a few years ago, but he was incredible, and Eden is incredible too, of course. So but we got this medley put together, and um, I go out and the shows in Australia were going to be right at the end of this run with Dream Theater. So it was like I was going to finish in Thailand and then just go to Australia and do these shows with Prince. And so uh, when I was in Thailand, though, so this was just like a couple days before going down there, I got this email saying that they wanted me to wear this like 50-foot cape and open the show. And
Oh my
I was like,
God.
whoa, this is something like,
You're like, I'm not a 50-foot cape guy.
yeah,
Sorry.
I really just felt like really awkward about it. I was like, I'm gonna be like the star of the start of the show, like some like Superman in a
Right, right.
I just felt too strange about it, so I passed on the cape, but I did start
Yeah, good move.
show.
Well, that's not you, so it would just be so like
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so like uncomfortable,
yeah.
really.
That's kind of how I've always felt about it, you know. And there's been a couple times where it's like, oh, maybe I should have done it just to have that crazy experience, but it wasn't really my thing though. So
Yeah, that's so funny, man.
yeah, 50-foot game.
That is wild.
Yeah, yeah. I've got this email where he's detailing like the whole thing, and he's like saying, you know, we're going to project stars and flames and stuff on the back of the cape, and then we'll lower you down, and the band will pop up and all this. But no, they just kind of brought me up, and I played Purple Rain, like a solo acoustic version, and
Yeah.
people were, you know, the crowd was freaking out, and that was crazy too. You know, it's like 20,000, 30,000 people or something. You know, it's just a whole other level up there, and I'm kind of more used to the 200, 300 people kind of thing, you know, or something like that.
Sure, sure.
Crowds, but it was awesome, you know, and you know, it's just like it's almost like a badge, you know. I can't believe like I got like a badge of Prince seal of approval here. I can always, you know, wear,
Yeah.
which is just crazy, you know. I can't believe that all happened, but it was yeah. At the end of it, though, you know, the end of the run, I did tell him like if you'd ever like to do an acoustic album or something, like arrangements of your old tunes, or if you want to write new tunes and want me on it or something, do an acoustic thing, let me know. But I think this is really my gig, kind of, you know. I like to write my own stuff and that kind of thing. So I figured I'd never hear from him again, but there was an email about 4 months before he died where I got, and he was talking about doing the album. So
Oh my God.
yeah.
Wow.
But didn't come to be in the end. So
wow.
What a trip.
Was he like, hey, I'll stop by, we'll hang out in Topeka, we'll have some burgers, and then we'll go.
Yeah.
and then we'll go in your basement and play.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be a trip.
Yeah. Wow, what a great story, man. Good for you that you got to have those experiences.
Yeah.